There's a level of presence that silences a room without you saying a word. You've seen it, the kind of confidence that makes even the arrogant pause. But when you walk in, nothing. You work harder, speak politely, even prove your competence. Yet you're unseen, overlooked. Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. The world doesn't reward goodness. It rewards leverage. Niccolò Machiavelli wrote, "The prince," over 500 years ago, not as a justification for evil, but as a sober description of reality. He understood that human behavior is fundamentally driven by self-interest, fear, and vanity. For those ready to stop being pieces and start playing the board. Today, you'll learn 13 laws of psychological power, how to connect with the influential, the feared, the untouchable, without selling your soul. These aren't networking tricks. They're behavioral laws, built on manipulation, perception, and human nature. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. You'll notice every conversation differently. But be warned, this path demands transformation. You'll have to kill the approval-seeking self and rebuild into someone who commands attention without begging for it. Let the game begin. Chapter 1. Dim your light to rise. When Adrian met a famous CEO at a startup gala, he did what most do, tried to impress. Statistics, achievements, innovation, a full parade of brilliance. The CEO nodded politely and left. Adrian didn't fail because he lacked talent. He failed because he made the other man feel small. Powerful people guard their ego like a crown jewel. Outshine them, and they'll bury you, not because you're wrong, but because you're dangerous. The secret is paradoxical. Make them the sun, and you become the orbit they depend on. Reflect their brilliance. Feed their ego subtly. That's not submission, that's strategy. When they feel admired, their guard drops. That's when your real ascent begins. Chapter 2. Conceal your intentions. Predictable people are pawns. The ones who tell the world their plans, their dreams, their goals, hand over the manual for their manipulation. Sophia used to walk into meetings broadcasting her hunger for opportunities. Then she stopped. She became unreadable, talking about books, travel, art, anything but work. People leaned in, curious. They wanted to know her angle. Mystery is gravity. The less others can define you, the more magnetically they watch you. Control what they don't know, and you control the energy in the room. Chapter 3. Appeal to self-interest, not sympathy. When Marcus pitched investors, he shared his struggle, his long sleepless nights, his dedication. They smiled, pitied him, and passed. Power doesn't respond to pity. It responds to profit. Machiavelli understood that mercy is fragile, but interest is eternal. Stop asking for help. Start serving needs. When people feel you solve their problem, not yours, the balance of power shifts. You're no longer a beggar at the gate. You're invited into the castle. Chapter 4. Master the art of absence. The insecure overcommunicate. The powerful disappear. Jade once texted her mentor after every call. "Thank you. Any advice? Hope you're well." She thought it signaled respect. It signaled scarcity. Humans imitate markets. The rare are desired, the common ignored. Distance builds value. When you stop being perpetually available, your presence gains weight. When you finally reappear, people pay attention. Because silence, when used strategically, is not emptiness. It's intrigue. Chapter 5. Mirror their reality. Every person is addicted to one drug, being understood. Powerful people aren't immune. They're starving for it. When you mirror their tone, rhythm, and worldview, their brain marks you as safe. They'll trust you faster than reason should allow. It's psychology, rapport through reflection. Speak their metaphors, match their tempo, echo their fears and hopes subtly. You become the mirror that flatters them just enough to keep looking back. Chapter 6. Become the gatekeeper of information. In the old world, control over land meant power. Today, the resource is intel. But gossip lowers status. Insight raises it. Lucas became indispensable to his boss not because of charm, but because he was plugged into quiet truths. Unseen shifts, internal moods, whispers from competitors. He didn't share rumors, he shared strategy. To a person guarding an empire, information is oxygen. Be the supplier. Deliver truth, never noise. And protect your sources like a secret religion. If they know you are the only one with the map, they will never stop needing you. Chapter 7. Build through shared enemies. Social bonds are born in battle. Studies call it in-group bias. We love those who hate what we hate. Amira noticed this one night at a leadership dinner. The director went on a tirade about bureaucratic inefficiency. She listened, then added quietly, "It destroys innovation." He paused, nodded. From then on, she was his ally. You don't have to fake outrage, just a line behind a common dragon. The moment someone sees you as a co-combatant, you step out of the crowd and into the tribe. Chapter 8. Play to their fantasy. No one lives in raw reality, the powerful least of all. Behind every title is a story they tell themselves. The visionary, the pioneer, the rescuer. Your job isn't to break that illusion. It's to play your part in it. To the mentor, become the student. To the rebel, become the accomplice. To the king, become the knight. Affirm their self-image, and you'll be written into their mythology. When they look at you, they'll see the reflection that keeps their dream alive. That bond is emotional steel, impossible to replace. Chapter 9. Become emotional gravity. Power carries pressure. The wealthy, the visionary, the leader, they live in storms of urgency. Most who approach them add more chaos with their own anxiety. Not you. You're the calm in their tornado. When they panic, you slow down. When they rage, you lower your tone. You replace adrenaline with certainty. 3 words open any door. It's handled. You become emotional gravity, the one presence that stabilizes theirs. And in a world where everyone takes, the one who brings serenity becomes priceless. Chapter 10. Assume formlessness. A warrior's armor can save him or trap him. Identity works the same way. Rigid egos break on impact. The adaptable thrive. Be water, shifting, never fixed. Some rooms demand dominance, others deference. The Machiavellian doesn't cling to roles. He plays them. Jonas changed completely when climbing the corporate ladder. With engineers, he was pragmatic. With executives, visionary. With competitors, charmingly ruthless. No one ever saw the mask switch, because to him, each one was real in its moment. Formlessness isn't deceit. It's survival. Chapter 11. Create dependence. You are safe only when you're irreplaceable. Clara mastered one impossible client. Difficult, vital, high revenue. Her boss couldn't manage it without her. Overnight, her position became unshakable. She wasn't an employee anymore. She was infrastructure. Find what they need but avoid. Own it. Maintain control. The day you become vital to their peace of mind, you cross from servant to strategist. Chapter 12. Control the options. The illusion of choice is the foundation of influence. Machiavelli wrote that true rulers never fight for control in the moment. They build the conditions beforehand. Frame the decisions. Present 2 doors, both leading where you want. Instead of asking, "What should we do?" say, "We can pursue A with high risk or B with high growth." They choose B, believing it theirs. They stay the king. You remain the architect behind the throne. Chapter 13. Radical autonomy. All previous laws collapse without this one. The paradox of connection is independence. If you need powerful people, they feel it. The hunger, the validation-seeking energy, and they'll crush you effortlessly, often unconsciously. Real power begins when you can walk away. When your voice steadies because their approval means nothing to your survival. People gravitate toward those who could leave but choose to stay. That's the essence of sovereignty, and the only way to meet power on equal ground. You might say, "This sounds cold." But look again. Coldness is clarity. The world around you already runs on these laws. You've just been pretending it doesn't. Machiavelli wasn't a villain. He was a realist, the first to write the psychology of survival. When you stop wishing for fairness and start studying human nature, you reclaim control. Because power isn't about cruelty, it's about comprehension. You can't influence what you refuse to understand. And once you master these laws, you'll stop seeking permission to be seen. You'll enter any room, not as a piece to be moved, but as the one who moves others.